Pop quiz. It's final round. 35% health remaining for both players. You land a hit. It's a punish counter light. Do you know your max damage combo route from this position with 3.5 bars of drive gauge and only 2 bars of super remaining? No? You just lost the game. If so, this might be the dumpster diving episode for you. I review the replays of a Cammy main who says their short-term goal is to improve in matchup knowledge, but it quickly becomes clear the true problem is combo routing, and how regular hit, counter hit, punish counter, and drive rush all change the combo options available, and how to leverage that to close out games faster. We break down all these different states and their impacts and more in this episode. Please enjoy. Rate your level in Street Fighter 6 out of 10 and explain why. 5 out of 10. I believe my combos and neutral are okay for my rank, but my Oki, anti-airs, and corner defense are seriously lacking. I find myself dying quickly when trapped in the corner sometimes. I also know some optimal combos that I practice, but keep doing unoptimal stuff in actual matches. Can I get a true in chat? Is that not speaking to a lot of you right now, chat? Let's go ahead and watch a match that shows your weakness. And we'll look at this with the idea of trying to do the optimal thing, but struggling to pull it off in a real match. Yeah, okay. Good check. Yeah, could have killed. This might cost you, huh? Had an opportunity to kill, now you're burnt out. Akuma's chucking fireballs, and there the round goes. Pain. Was there an attempt at a conversion there? Looks like you missed your drive rush cancel. No anti-airs at all. Yeah, your anti-airs don't exist, do they? Okay, nice DI reaction. Will we get a throw? You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a real significant lack of throws for a character that's entire game plan is around getting the throw. There we go. Okay, perfect. We got one. That combo seemed really bad. That combo seemed very bad, and I'm not sure if that was a great use of super meter either. Maybe could have killed there too. Uh-oh. How does it all fall apart? No anti-airs again. Oof. And you tend to jump every time you get a throw situation. No anti-airs again. Oh no, you got styled on. Yeah, this is a really great example, I feel like, because in this match, you are outplaying them like 90% of the time, but you can't close out and you can't contain them, and you allow them to be put into situations where they make a comeback. So let's go ahead and watch this, but I can already tell what a huge part of the problem is. There's going to be two things here to look out for specifically, or I guess three. So for one, I already mentioned, this is also like what Dry GG was doing a lot. You are doing the jab, jab, jab problem. For one, if you want to work on optimal conversions, you need to be able to split your attention between going for a jab confirm and a punish counter confirm. When you know a punish is coming, what are you going to do? Have you in training mode practice your jab punish counters? So the jab, jab, jab is what you do when you're not confident something's gonna hit. You are not sure that's gonna hit. Therefore, you're using the flashes of the chain jabs to hit confirm that you're making contact before you cancel into your unsafe extension. You know that when you crouch Akuma's heavy kick, you are going to get a punish. And when you do a punish starting with light, you go into heavy punch. Or at least jab medium. The idea of climbing the tree, if you get a counter hit, a drive rush, or a punish counter, that allows you to go up the tree in terms of the option you use to get more damage. So normally jabs only go into jabs, but on counter hit or punish counter, the jab can go into medium or it can go into heavy. Also, same thing with Drive Rush. If I do Drive Rush from lights, say I did do this, but if I do Drive Rush cancel from my lights, on this Drive Rush jab, I'm +9. I can climb the tree. So I know for a fact that every single time I get a hit out of Drive Rush, I can go into the higher order option to get more damage out of the combo. And that is a universal concept for the game. It's something you need to internalize and understand, and then practice that in training mode as well. But you should know that this is going to whiff. You're going to get a punish. And if you're godlike, you can do a heavy punish, right? I don't expect you to do that every time. You're gonna forget in the heat of the moment, be a little late. But I definitely expect you to know that if you duck this, you're gonna do jab into heavy. You are for sure gonna do this. And this little bit of optimization here, it's only a little bit more damage than doing jab, jab, jab. It's like 400 more damage. That matters, and that adds up over time, especially with a character like Cammy, because she's generally hitting for less damage. And this problem you're seeing everywhere in the replay. So if you know the punish is gonna occur, you should be prepared to do the climb the tree sort of punish. And you need to practice these punishes and understand them in training mode. Just loop them. You can even put the punish counters on random or practice punishing different moves. But that awareness is very key to learn. This initial interaction was not that big of a deal. It happens, but it's a common problem I'm seeing play out throughout the matches. And then even here, I like that you start with the heavy. You understand that you're going to get a punish counter or a punish on the DP. You go for the crouching heavy, but you go for crouching medium punch after. So what is medium punch? 7 frames. Crouching medium punch combos from crouch heavy without punish counter. That combos normally, but you have a punish counter opportunity. You're going to get more frame advantage. Therefore, you can do a bigger combo. So once again, even in the scenario where I know you're getting a punish, you're not doing the new combo route on the punish instead. When you do crouching heavy as a punish counter, you go into heavy punch. Thank you. I didn't know you could do punish counter jab into heavy. Do you look at I don't mean this to be disparaging, but have you used the frame data? Do you know how this works? Because you should know that. I'm surprised you don't know that. I thought that was just a thing of awareness. Do you know what punish counter does? Because it seems like as I'm watching this, it seems like you don't know that your frame data changes when you get counter hit or punish counter. Loosely? No, okay, you don't know. You have no idea. Loosely, brother. Okay, you get +2 frames on counter hit, and you get +4 on punish counter. There is no loosely. You need to, okay, you remember when you said, oh, I messed around with Cammy and Terry? You need to pick one character and memorize this. This is the easiest thing to do. This is just literally mechanical work. Go into training mode, and if I get a regular, we're leaving this. We don't even need this replay. How does the different hit states operate in Street Fighter 6? Let's get a little crash course in this. Normally, a jab is +5, or here, crouch jab is +5 on hit. Now, from +5 on hit, I can do things like link into my 5-frame stand light kick. If something is 5 frames, it will combo. So that will combo. My crouching medium punch, however, is 7 frames. So when I do jab to crouching medium punch, it does not combo because 7 is greater than 5. I'm only +5. However, what counter hit does, which is when you hit the opponent as they're pressing a move, but before it comes out, you hit them first. That gives you more frame advantage. 2 more frames of advantage. This jab, which used to be +5, is now +7, which means I can combo to my 5-frame stand light kick, of course, but now I can also combo to my 7-frame crouching medium punch. I can get a better combo. That matters not just because the crouching medium punch itself does more damage than the stand light kick, but it opens up even increasingly more combo route options. So doing this will let me combo into like light drill, for example. I can't go into the heavy drill from the stand light kick. Heavy drill does not combo. But on the medium punch, I can combo to the heavy drill. So not only did I get to change the stand light kick for the medium punch, which does more damage, it lets me combo into the heavier damage special move. These kind of things compound during your routing to end up with increasingly more and more damage by optimizing and knowing the advantage of the starter. So that's why the counter hit matters, not just the one move you get after, it compounds. Now let's go to punish counter. Punish counter is when you whiff punish a move, like say Luke here presses heavy punch and you punish it. That recovery is called punish counter. That is a punish counter state. You'll punish them and you'll get a punish counter. Same thing when you block their uppercut and you get the punish counter. Now, punish counter adds 4 frames of advantage. So this jab goes from crouching light punch goes from +5 frames to +9. Now, instead of going jab to stand light kick, I can go jab to heavy punch. And same idea, this does even more damage in the crouching medium, and I can go into heavy drill. But also, think about the next layer. You can drive rush cancel. If I go crouching light punch drive rush cancels, and I do this crap combo, because I don't understand the frame advantage, and I'm just comboing what I always know. I spent all my meter and I got 13.83. If I instead do that to crouching medium punch, I can do something like this. I already did more damage with this one route, and I spent half the meter because I optimized my combo. And even better, I can even do something crazier like go into heavy punch. And I guess you can probably do even more. But the idea being, these openings matter so much because they completely change the trajectory and the field of combo routing options. You must have this memorized. So when I saw you block this DP, OD rising uppercut, normally crouch heavy punch, a great option to start your combo pressure with, or your punish with, is only +7. So it made sense that you did crouching heavy punch to crouching medium punch. That made sense because normally that's all you can get. You cannot combo crouching heavy to stand heavy. But when you block a reversal, they are in a punish counter state, which means this crouching heavy is going to be +11. And you can do much better combos like crouching heavy to stand heavy into heavy drill. So this should be second nature. You should absolutely know this, and you need to practice your different combos based on these states. Your punish combos are different than your confirm combos. If you're walking around and trying to pressure the opponent, then yeah, I kind of expect you to like look for this and just do this combo. That's the normal thing to do when you're walking around, you secure a hit, and you're not sure if it counter hit them or something. This is normal. But when you block a DP, you absolutely have to know your better routes. And then as you play more and more, you'll get better at seeing these notifications pop up and alternating your punishes. Like if I press this heavy punch on counter hit, I should get a combo. Right? I can hit confirm this. So on counter hit, I should go to jab. On regular hit, I go into nothing. On punish counter, I should go into stand medium punch. Something like that. It's maybe not the best drill, but you should be able to see these pop-ups and change your routing based on that. That's why you're not doing enough damage, because you don't know your combo routes. Understand what these two things do, the always counter, punish counter, and play with that. Understand a punish counter jab combo and a blocked reversal combo, and that'll improve your damage a lot in a lot of situations. One last thing I didn't touch on, the third thing that modifies your frame advantage is green. Drive rush. Drive rush buttons give you the same frame advantage as a punish counter, +4 frames. So we said before how the crouching heavy punch on punish counter lets you combo to stand heavy. Same thing on drive rush. If you get a drive rush into crouch heavy, you can go back into the stand heavy. Normally this doesn't combo, but here it does. So the main thing to understand also, I mentioned before, climbing the tree. Why did I say that? That is because if we go back to that same situation with the Akuma, let's bring that all the way back to the Akuma punish. So Akuma withstanding heavy kick here, right? What are you going to do about this? You might panic and not get a heavy punch punish, fine, whatever, that's gonna happen. But what you should be doing, if you get the jab, you know this is gonna punish, and you know that you can at least go into heavy punch. And that's important, because now if you do a drive rush cancel from a heavy, you can get a really big combo, and you know that from drive rush crushing heavy, you can go back into stand heavy. Suddenly this combo, which you were doing this, nothing. Suddenly you can climb the tree even when you start from a light, get into your heavier moves, and do full combo conversions into a cash out. It's absolutely imperative to do so, even if you start from going to the medium. Say you don't get the optimal conversion and go into the heavy. If you just go into crouching medium punch, same thing applies. you can start doing much better combos. Even in situations where you don't get the punish counter. One thing I saw also is you had a scramble situation where you fought out of the corner, you had level 2, you had drive gauge, and all you did was this. The same thing applies. If you are about to kill them, when you do jab, 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 the only thing you can combo out of this is another light punch. But you got into a drive rush light punch. You can now climb the tree. So, because you were in that situation where, you know, one more touch would kill, you had them down to like, I don't know, 20% health? You had them down to like about here. After driver's jab, you're +9. You can go into heavy punch. So you could have done something like this. That's the difference between a kill and a win. Right there. Doing just what you did, which is doing the jab, jab, jab drill, let him wake up, let him pressure you, and then you lost the game. But this, even if it doesn't kill, you can maybe do that without super. It's not about confirming with super. I'm not asking you to do a hard confirm. I'm not asking you to do jab confirm to super. I'm not asking you to be punk or to do one of these. I'm not saying that. Drive rush completely eliminates the hit confirm need. Drive rush is a crutch. I need you to understand this. Drive rush makes this easy. Some players have a bad habit of is doing these drive rushes when they don't need to because it's bad on their meter economy. They do shit like this when they're not going to kill and they burn themselves out too soon. What drive rush changes is the hit confirm ability. You need to just recognize the combo route. So you need to learn how to go starting from lights, get into your heavies and do more damage with drive rush. But you absolutely should know how to route this way. How do I climb the tree from my smaller openings, spending resources to get to more and more damaging routes with better Oki and better options for spending super. So that's your homework. Understand counter hit, understand punish counter, understand drive rush, all the frame advantage modifications, understand a jab punish counter combo, a drive rush combo from lights, and learn a better, more optimal reversal punish with a punish counter crouching heavy punch starter. Anti-airs are a given. You lost because you can't anti-air DP. That's going to be a lifelong journey. You need to buckle down with one character and literally just record the dummy doing this. Like literally just practice this. That's just muscle memory. You will have to grind that. But the combo routing shows like that's game knowledge you don't have. So we can easily patch that up.